Hey guys, good evening. We'll let some folks file in here, and we'll get going here on a little bit of coverage, a little bit of the latest with the hurricane, major hurricane Helene, and just the rapid intensification that's gone on this evening, and timing out when it's going to hit the coast and exactly where. You can already see a number of things, a number of impacts there along the west coast on the latest clarity radar with the eye. Incredibly well organized, making its way northeast at the moment, and at Category 4 strength. So certainly something we're going to get a heck of an update on now. This is a look here at from the Tropical Tidbits website, infrared satellite imagery. You can just see the eye wall. It's cleared out, the convection that has exploded on the north end of it. And we've got just rains and wind that are just battering here the western coast of Florida with this right now. Just an absolutely tremendous look here on satellite this evening. It's a daunting look, scary nonetheless, for sure. The sheriffs are driving around Perry, Florida, telling everyone they're going to jail at 7:30 if they are out on the street. Sounds like they're going to go to jail, have a full jail of storm chasers. That's a tweet from Jordan Hall. What an accurate tweet. But gosh, these winds right now are 130 miles per hour. The pressure is 945 millibars. And this storm's about, 140 miles south of Tallahassee right now. See if I can get some latest information for you. What's interesting is no Category 4 or Category 5 hurricane has ever made landfall in the Florida Big Bend, including around Tallahassee, at least since 1850. It's pretty impressive. This would be the strongest hurricane in history to hit this area. So it's an incredibly rare and unprecedented situation for this area. I'm very, very concerned for the folks anywhere out in front of the Big Bend here, if you will, of Florida. I'm going to share radar so I can kind of give you an idea of some things I'm looking at here. We'll go to local Doppler radar, and again, kind of give you an idea to a couple of things. All right, first and foremost, you can look at just the wind here, just aloft of Helene. We're getting values approaching 130 miles per hour on the south end as well, coming around the south end of the eye as well. And what you want to look at here is a couple things going on. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. We'll go to a single frame view so you can kind of see this. We'll put this into motion for you. Again, where the evacuation mandates are coming in, from Tallahassee over towards Perry, this area here, you're going to be hit the absolute worst. So obviously, if you know anybody down there, you'll certainly want to, I'm sure they know by now, but you're certainly going to want to make sure they're getting the heck out of the way. Any of the thunderstorms, the feeder bands, these are the feeder bands on the southwest or southeast side of the hurricane. Any of these are going to be rotating, offering up heavy rain and wind. There's already a tornado warning down here just east of Newport, down there in Florida near Arcadia, Punta Gorda. There's a tornado warning for these storms as they wrap around the hurricane. They rotate. Obviously this is a big counterclockwise big cyclone, so you're obviously going to have the rotation from this for sure. Take a look here at some of these comments. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yeah, outside plans this weekend here around the Ohio Valley are certainly not going to be good. Yeah, they're telling people if they're staying there to write their names on their arms, their names, date of birth, social security numbers, and you got some people that try to outlast this stuff. It's just it's so incredibly stupid. But that's just what people do. Some people just they don't get out of the way, and unfortunately people unfortunately will probably be in some trouble here. This is a look here. I want to show you, go back to current radar real quick. I want to show you when we're probably looking at a landfall situation here. And again, I think we're coming right around this area here near the Perry area. Right now, the storm, the north end part of the eye wall is it's about 89 miles out. And so we're probably about, depending on the latest movement forecast here, the storm is moving from the Hurricane Center northeast at 23 miles per hour. So if we were to kind of extrapolate this from here to the coastline there around Perry, Crawfordville, or just southeast of Tallahassee, you're looking at about 3 hours or so, maybe a little bit less, probably right around 10 o'clock, probably when we're looking at the eye wall to make landfall. And the scary part is that there could potentially continue to be some strengthening up until that point. That's the scary part about that. Take a look here. Oh goodness, it looks like aircraft recon. Let's see. Not sure if I'm seeing anything. It's flying back into the northeast eye wall right now. Just trying to look at bear with me, trying to see what the recon's saying for the latest. I'll give an update here too, guys, across the Ohio Valley for the weekend storm for sure in just a moment. I'm just looking here at flight level winds. Good night. Yeah, flight level winds are coming in around 130 knots. That doesn't necessarily mean they're hitting the surface, but that's 150 mile per hour winds. Pressure is still holding steady right now at about a 943. But flight level winds are about 150 miles per hour right now, which is that's pretty concerning. Let's zoom back out here a little bit. Put a loop on this for you. I'll get caught up here on some comments. Yeah, it's a total monster. Tampa's absolutely getting it too. No, I'm not drinking anything tonight. I'm talking about weather. In a very serious situation, so I'm not really in the mood to joke around and say silly things. I'm watching the weather, I'm watching the storm come in. A lot of people's lives are at risk here. Property's at risk. So this is going to be a tough evening for the Bend here in Florida. Next advisory is going to be coming out here in about 25 minutes or so. I think it's 8 o'clock when the next advisory is out. But yeah, just tremendous here. Tag a friend here, share this, let folks know you're watching, and I'll continue to kind of feed you just information with this. Watching from Watertown, Massachusetts. Wow. All right, let's take a look here at some of the latest news I'm seeing. Wow. Tell you what I'm going to do real quick, guys. I'm going to share my other screen here. I want to show you my Twitter feed or my X feed and just see some of the updates I'm seeing. Updated look from Gulfport, Florida, live cam storm surge. Check this out. This is Gulfport, Florida. Look at this right now. Unbelievable. This is taking over. It's unbelievable. Let's see what else we got. There's your aircraft recon going through the storm. That's pretty cool. This is a great one here. I want to show you the lightning flashes in Hurricane Helene's eyes, in the eye of the storm. Watch this. This is totally fascinating. Look at the lightning going on there, and that's unbelievable. Not something you see every day, It's just not something you see every day. Going through the storm. That's pretty cool. This is a great one here. I want to show you the lightning flashes in Hurricane Helene's eyes, in the eye of the storm. Watch this. This is Oh, you couldn't see the full screen, could you? My apologies. Yeah, it. I just realized it. When you hit full screen, I can't see it. My apologies, there, guys. Well, we'll have to stay. We'll have to stay on the smaller screen there for now. But here, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that piece and see that lightning looping around the eye of the hurricane. That's just not something you see very often. That's pretty cool to see. You obviously don't want to see what the hurricane's going to do to people, but nonetheless, it's a mesmerizing image. This is a look here at the greatest flash flood potential. Again, really like this image here. Hurricane Helene, day 1 to 3, excessive rainfall outlook. Anywhere in the purple color, the magenta color, that's where you're looking at the highest probabilities of flash flooding rains to occur. From Tallahassee over towards Atlanta, western South Carolina, western North Carolina. Um, just an absolutely massive swath of rain, and we'll talk more about how much rain here in just a few minutes. I wanted to share that with you, at least in that regard. Um, Helene's pressure is down to 945. 13 hurricanes since 1900 have made landfall in Florida with pressure lower than 945. The most recent was Hurricane Ian in 2022, and a lower pressure does mean a stronger hurricane. So nonetheless, we're getting into unprecedented or uncharted territory in terms of the strength and intensity of that hurricane. Um, it's a pretty interesting fact there, nonetheless. Um, yeah, and anytime there's lightning in a hurricane, it's a serious situation just because the storm's convection is exploding. It's just really undergoing rapid intensification. So currently in Columbus, Georgia. Do we need to be worried later on tonight? I don't know where Columbus, Georgia is, but I can take a look here. This is a look here at our radar from our Clarity platform. Take a look here at future rainfall just over the next 24 hours. Again, you can kind of see that where the heaviest rain is going to fall. We'll turn our location by point off. It's 4 inches here in the next 24 hours. Crazy amounts of rain here. Look at this. Look up over here in western North Carolina. This is 1 day rainfall amounts. This is a foot of rain. It's incredible. Come up here across the Ohio Valley, looking along and south of I-70, about 1 to 2 inches up here. You can kind of click around and interrogate that as well. I want to show you kind of the projected wind gust forecast again as a feature here from Clarity, and you can kind of again interrogate these, and it gives you an idea of just how windy it's going to be in some of these locations. You look at this here; it's 137 mile per hour wind just south of Perry there. Where these winds exactly make landfall obviously is going to be difficult to exactly pin down, but nonetheless it's just an incredible look here at this swath of wind as it travels up through the southeastern U.S. here. Check this out. That's in Georgia here through to basically 3 to 5 a.m. tonight. You go forward a little bit. You can see just how nasty these winds are going in through Augusta area. Look at this. We're still getting wind gusts of almost 100 miles per hour. Just an incredible swath of wind there. Continues to work up the southeastern U.S. And even tomorrow morning between 7 and 11 a.m., we're still seeing significant winds gusting as much as 80 miles per hour along with this rain. So just absolutely nasty. We can kind of time out just the remains of Helene and how it kind of tracks into the area. This is a look here at when when it has it making landfall. So again, right, I said about 10 or 10:30. About 10 or 10:30. Let's go forward and watch this here. watch the eye of the hurricane, eye of the tropical storm get over Valdosta, southern Georgia. I'm sure a lot of you drive through there when you're headed to Florida, right, on vacation and things. But take this out here, and you can watch kind of as the rain starts to approach the Ohio Valley for rain tomorrow morning. Of course, gosh, we need the rain so bad around here. But you can see here by after midnight tonight, waking up tomorrow morning, there's going to be plenty of rain in the area for sure. Look at this, rain just comes on in, and we're kind of looking at an all-day rain here across the Ohio Valley, and windy too. Now this doesn't go out far enough to capture how windy it's going to be tomorrow, but these wind gusts up here in the Ohio Valley, they will reach 50 mile per hour plus winds. This is just through noon tomorrow, so we'll certainly see our fair share of wind, no problem, or no question there for sure. Yeah, a lot of our coverage, is really in the Ohio Valley in the Midwest. So yeah, some of you are saying that you're surprised there's not more viewers, and yeah, I mean we just don't. We're covering this just for the sheer standpoint of amazement right now. Maybe this works in tomorrow. We'll have more people checking it out. But I will show you the wind forecast for tomorrow across the area, because it is going to be pretty nasty in terms of the wind. All right, we'll go in here, look at the wind gust swath here. We'll share this tab, and this is our high resolution computer model guidance, and you can see these winds. Let's go to gust mile per hour. The winds start to really pick up as early as sunrise tomorrow, where they're gusting to about 40 miles an hour. Okay. But as we continue here, you'll start to see these yellows and oranges creep in by about 2 or 3 o'clock. Okay. And you can see even down near the Ohio River, we've got gusts almost to 70 miles per hour. So you've got rain coming down with this incredibly gusty wind. It's nasty. Look at this. This is tomorrow evening across central Indiana, suggesting that there could be gusts as high as 65 miles per hour across central Indiana, southwest Indiana, southeast Illinois, and portions of northwestern Kentucky there. Just an absolutely nasty look tomorrow night. Again, this is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. I'll zoom in, looking at projected wind gusts here. And gosh, those are some nasty winds for sure. Nasty winds. Just catching up on some of your comments here. I've got the wind forecast for tomorrow evening, the wind gust forecast just up on the screen so you guys can see it. But just catching up on some of your comments here. X is a great platform. If you're following anything about Helene, you're getting a lot of good information there just in terms of what is going on. There's everything right now is just, it's coming in. I mean, a Category 4 hurricane is coming for the Florida Bend. And yeah, it's just crazy. Check this one out here. I'm going to show you this tweet. Noah plane stuck in the eye. I haven't heard that. Where do you see that at, Derek? I'm going to show you this tweet right here. Look at this. We are open until the letters fly out of this sign. These people are nuts. You know what? God love them. Sure hope they're okay. Here's Naples, Florida. You see, it's making its way in. This was 28 minutes ago. Those waves are coming up over that dock for sure. Whew, look at that. Those things are nasty. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. We're gonna continue to keep an eye on this as this thing makes landfall. We will continue to keep you posted on it. Um, it's going to be nasty here tomorrow. So just keep that in mind here across the Ohio Valley. Gusty winds that are probably severe storm criteria. It doesn't take but 58-mile-per-hour gust to see a thunderstorm warning type wind, if you will. So keep that in mind. It's going to be pretty nasty. A lot of rain. I appreciate you all watching and tuning in. Right now, guys, it's just you're in the path of Helene. It's pray for the folks, and there's nothing else you can do now. The storm is coming, and it's looking pretty nasty. So, got a couple of you asking about rainfall. I'll show the rainfall forecast one more time for the area, just so you guys can see it. I'm just going to go to the 24-hour rainfall forecast view for now. Okay. And yeah, we do have wind advisories across the area. Wind gusts with up to 55-mile-per-hour gusts are possible. I wouldn't be shocked across the area if some high wind warnings were to come out tomorrow across the Ohio Valley. But this is a look at the rainfall forecast. Again, along and south of I-70, Chillicothe over to Richmond, Terre Haute, Indiana, over to Effingham, you're 1 to 2 inches of rain. And then across central Kentucky, you're 2 to 3, even locally 4 inches of rain there. So it's most likely probably going to see some high wind warning criteria, at least there, Rick, for sure. I see your comment there on YouTube. So wouldn't be out of the question for sure. So yeah, any of the crop that's still up, that's another great point. It's an unfortunate point. Any of the crop that's still going is not going to be, it's not going to be good. Unfortunately, that's the last thing you want to hear, and think about. But these guys they're going to get hit. Their crops are going to get hit pretty bad, for sure. So I don't know why it doesn't let me into this. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I said, I might come back live a little bit later once this thing makes landfall. We'll keep you posted. Safe. Hopefully, everybody is praying for folks down there. Stay safe and batten down the hatches here across the Ohio Valley tomorrow. Strong winds and some rain. So it's going to get nasty.